Hello, everyone. Welcome to Good Morning Tarot. Now, this is a general reading and it is open to all signs. So just take what resonates with you. It is also timeless, so anytime you find yourself watching this video, there must be a message for you here. Now, we will start our reading by trying to see what is the main energy for today. Okay, our main energy for today is the Four of Pentacles. There is a certain sense of energy of insecurity at this time on your part, a certain sense of vulnerability. Well, all of us are vulnerable in a certain sense, and sometimes vulnerability can also be a good thing because in a certain sense it makes us also open to assistance from the universe and also from people around us. It somehow opens the door to the virtue of humility in a certain sense. At the same time also it reminds us to give attention also to ourselves. So at this time there is that sense of being a little bit insecure. For some of you, you have a lot of anxieties, which can be symbolized also by the star on the head of this king. So somehow for some of you, you are already successful because the person here that is being depicted in the card is a king or maybe a duke, somebody with a crown. So somebody who is recognized, somebody who has certain achievements also. So in a certain sense, all of us to a certain degree have a certain position or a certain achievement, and somehow there is a certain insecurity in that. So it can be, try to see if it resonates with you. At this time, there can be some anxieties related to your status as a person. So it can be mental anxieties. At the same time, there is also this emotional anxiety, emotional instability at this time, a certain vulnerability emotionally. So in a certain sense, for some of you, there might be some difficulty of opening yourself up or making yourself vulnerable before people. So you are a little bit guarded right now with your maybe your emotions or even your mind, what you are thinking of. You are a little bit guarded. So your boundaries are a little bit up right now. At the same time, there is also a certain vulnerability that causes you instability, a feeling of not being grounded, a feeling of a little insecure, a little less secure with regards to where you are right now in your present life situation. It can be a certain insecurity with regards to your health, or a certain insecurity with regards to your financial or material stability at this time. So right now there is a sense of vulnerability, and it's not as bright as you would want it to be. When you look at the card, it's a little bit gray. The sky is a little bit gray. There is a certain the view behind him is a city. So when you look at it, pollution, so it's another thing. Maybe right now your environment is in such a way that you might need to declutter yourself of certain situations that are not quite helpful to you, which are not things that are not beneficial for you at this time. So try to see how the situation is. So at this time, there might be a need for you to nurture yourself, also to listen to yourself, to listen to your mental anxieties, to listen to your emotional anxieties, and also to listen to your body. So there's a need for you to listen. Now let's try to see how this will unfold even further. Well, if you will listen to this one, it's as if that the card of the Four of Wands is telling us these two will pass. The sense of instability or the sense of insecurity will pass. So it's just part of life experiences. There are moments when we need to listen to these anxieties and to try to address them, to maybe this is the right time for you to nurture yourself, to somehow attend to maybe what you need at this time. If you need some letting go of certain responsibilities, like delegating it to other people, or maybe leaving it behind for a short moment, allow your subconscious mind to work on it and try not to worry about it, maybe just for a day or a certain period of time. Maybe also the emotion, you try to bring yourself in an environment where you are freed from some emotional burden at this time, or maybe spend some time to nurture your health at this time, or bring yourself in a situation where you will feel a little bit more stable. Well, if you attend to yourself at this time, attend to your needs at this time, then maybe the process of it being resolved will be faster. Now, don't worry. Somehow, the second card tells us that in the near future, this insecurity will pass, and you will have a certain sense of stability, and you will be on fire again. Now, the stability can be in all aspects, the mental, the spiritual. This can also be spiritual insecurity right now because it's in the 8th chakra. So in a certain sense, you will have that stability in all aspects: spirit, mind, heart, and body. So just attend to what you need to attend to at this time, and sooner or later there will be stability, celebration, and you will be on fire again. So this is what we can see. Now, what is the advice of the universe for you? Maybe it's time for you to reassess your life, just as this person is sitting down under the tree. He is looking at the cups. The cups can be the life situations he is in, also the relationships he is in at this time. He has distanced himself from these cups. So in a certain sense, yes, you need to attend to yourself. You distance yourself first from your life situations and also some relationships, and try to assess which are the things that you still feel are helping you in your present life situation, and which are those things that are no longer beneficial or no longer healthy for you. Now, if it is something that is no longer healthy for you or no longer beneficial to you, then maybe it's time for you to let them go, because the universe is now offering something new, something better. What the universe often offers us, even if sometimes they look a little bit strange, they're usually better, because the universe knows what is best for us. So right now the universe is offering you something new. This can be a new life situation or a new relationship. Now be open to it. It's good to maybe replace already some cups here that are no longer helpful. Letting them go. I think you are right now assessing these things. So it's like decluttering your life of those things that are no longer helpful to you, and receiving something new. When we remove certain aspects in our life that are no longer helpful, new and better things are given space in order to enter into our life. So somehow there's a need for you to declutter things, and I think you are already discerning at this time, just as this person is discerning the cups that he has in his life. Now discern which are the things that are no longer helpful, let it go, and receive the new gifts that the universe is offering you at this time. So this is what we have for our tarot reading. I hope it has helped you at this time and has given you some answers to some questions and some insights to help you move forward and be on fire again. Let us now go to the second part, which is the self-care tip. For our self-care tip, the message is from Warren Buffett, and the message is: the most important investment you can make is in yourself. Very few people get anything like their potential horsepower translated into the actual horsepower of their output in life. Potential exists realization for many people. The best asset is your own self. You can become, to an enormous degree, the person you want to be. Well, somehow, this advice right now reminds us that many of us have untapped potentials. There was a saying that about around 90% of our potentials are or personal capacities are not really tapped by us, and we are just using about maybe less than 90%, less than 10% of our potentials, maybe even less than 5. I could not remember anymore the actual amount, but our not only our mental capacities, but many of our potentials are quite untapped, and a big part of it is hidden in our subconscious realm. Now, a part of it also is our shadow part. So somehow there is a need for us right now to listen, just as the tarot reading has given us. Maybe sometimes, as when we look at it, we encounter today the Four of Pentacles, and the Four of Pentacles shows us a certain sense of insecurity or a certain energy of insecurity at this time. Maybe that sense of insecurity is sort of like a reminder from our inner self telling us, listen, you still can do better. You can still, there's still a lot of possibilities in you that you can use. Sometimes when there is a sort of like a question mark in our life wherein we feel a little bit insecure, for some of us, maybe you feel, I might be missing something here, something like that, a certain situation, and you feel a little bit uneasy. Sometimes it's our subconscious mind telling us there might be a certain angle that you are missing, or maybe there might be a certain potential that you are not yet using at this time, which can help you solve whatever challenge you are facing right now, solve it and use your capacities to the full. So right now, somehow the message tells us there are still a lot of things in you that you can use, a big potential in you, and we need to nurture it. We need to harness it so that we can face life's challenges a little bit more confident, a little bit more efficiently. Now, what is the best way for us to handle it? Well, there is a need for us to constantly give time to nurture ourselves. We need time for ourselves. Just as this one, when we look at it, the three cards that we encountered somehow shows moments wherein we need to withdraw from the madding crowds in order to nurture ourselves, like the four of cups, wherein there is a need for you to somehow withdraw yourself from the crowd in order to assess your life situation. Now, when we look at it now, so somehow this message inspires us, or somehow asks us to give more attention to ourselves, to have some me time, in order to assess which are the things that we can develop in ourselves that we might not have been using yet. Sometimes we have certain potentials that we might have overlooked, or we might have let sort of set aside for a while and have not used for quite some time. So there's a need for us to somehow slow down a bit, to detach ourselves from the situation and try to see what are the potentials within us that we can use in order to face our life's situation, in order to make our life situation a little bit better. The cup that the universe offers in the Four of Cups somehow shows that potential that we have, that we need to use, to harness in order to face life's challenges. So somehow this self-care tip right now is somehow an invitation for us to look inside ourselves and try to see what are the potentials we have, and what are also the things that we are inspired to achieve or to learn that we can use in facing our life's challenges, so that we will be able to harness more that capacity we have within that is remaining dormant and is just waiting for us to utilize in order to maximize our response to our life's challenges. Now, just right now, while I was looking at the three cards that we had in the tarot reading, I discovered that all of them are number 4. So there is somehow an importance of the number 4 right now in your life. We had the Four of Pentacles, we had the Four of Wands and then the Four of Cups. So there is something about number 4 that we need to give attention to. So right now, before we end this Good Morning Tarot, we will try to see what is the meaning of angel number 4. Okay. Number 4 is the number of stability and foundation, and often signals a time of taking action. If 4 comes into your life, it is time to get moving on your goals and make them a reality. If you need to be strong and steadfast, you'll need to be strong and steadfast to achieve your dreams. Okay, right now, at this moment of a little insecurity, maybe it's because there is something very important in your life that you need to address to at this time. But the number 4 somehow is a reassurance for you because it is a number of stability and foundation. So it means this is a very important stage in your life right now where there are a lot of possibilities that will allow you to attain a certain stability in the near future. And so it's important for you to be steadfast and be confident. And when we look at the self-care tip, to use those untapped potentials that you have within you in order to attain that stability. So at this certain time, no, even if you have a certain sense of insecurity, the direction is towards stability. So you need not have to worry. The anxiety is just a passing moment. It will soon pass. And what awaits you is stability in the near future. So this is what we have in our Good Morning Tarot. I hope you were able to find some benefits in it at this moment in your life. Thank you for the likes and comments you've given to the channel. Thank you for subscribing. I look forward to seeing you again in our next videos. Until that time, may God continue to bless your ways.